Rivera, just guardo el lobo de nuestra caldera. Just guardo el lobo. That's not what I wanted to do. Hello. You got a view of my companions. There we go. And I didn't get a chance to wash my hair before the videos, so I found my hat. Awesome. All right, come on in. We've got a yes for Joe and Roulette. And for Deb. And for Brian. Awesome. Welcome everybody. And Valerie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Deb, you're going to be on vacation? All right. We'll have to set that extra intention when I pull a card for you. So, hello everybody. Welcome. Welcome to another Monday night mini medicine card readings. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman. Like I said, I didn't get my hair washed before we started, so hence the hat. And I've got my Christmas sweater on with unicorns and jackalopes. So, yeah. So welcome everybody. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman. And we are going to pull some medicine cards. If you've never been here before, I have room for one. The first 6 people who say yes in the comments get a 1-card reading, and we have 1 spot left. And of course, at the end, I also pull an extra card for everybody so that everyone is taken care of. I don't want to leave anybody out. Let's see, so, and I'm glad you all got the memo for starting at the later time. I'm not sure how that's going to play out exactly. I might have to keep it that, what I'm thinking is I'm probably going to keep it at 8 o'clock for the next 4 months, because I just started a new class. I'm taking a class. It's actually one I'm retaking. And tonight was the very first phone thing. We had our first call where the teacher explained what we're doing, and I can't wait. It's part of it is we're going to the area zoos, and I'm just gonna smudge my cards here while we're talking. We create these little prayer sticks, and then we go to the various zoos in the area, and we collect the prayers of the animals, and we do ceremony. We bring the prayer sticks back, and then we do a fire ceremony to release the prayers of the animals. See what the animals have to say instead of just going and gawking at them. So tonight was our very first kind of foundational call where the teacher, facilitator, whatever you want to call her, could introduce everybody to it. So that's why we're starting later, and the class is, we visit a different zoo for the next, once a month for the next 4 months. So I think we're going to keep it at 8 o'clock. That was my original point. For the next few months anyway, we'll see what happens. So, but thank you for your flexibility. Thank you for joining me. And though this is free, Oh, yeah, Joe, you probably would really enjoy the class. It's with Rose Dedan, who is another shaman in the Seattle area. If you look up, I think her website, it's Wild Reiki, and she takes groups every year. It's like this one just, you might actually still be able to sign up for it because we just did our first call, and those who weren't on the call can still get the recording. So again, Rose Dedan, Rose and then Dedann. I always forget if there's two N's or one. But so you can check that out as well, Joe. That would be really cool if you wanted to join it. It's so cool. I did it before. This is my second time. I loved it so much that I wanted to do it again. So anyway, hello everybody. Thank you for coming. I have one spot left. If anybody wants a personal 1-card reading, there is one spot left. And then, like I said, of course, at the end, I always pull an extra card for everybody. So everybody gets a little bit of guidance. Don't want to leave anyone out. And what I ask for in return is that you would please share this video if you would. You can share it to your page or to your wall, or you can tag someone in the comments or whatever, but sharing is caring. So for those of you also who are new, who may not have been here before, this is the deck that we'll be taking readings from. It's the medicine card deck. Each card has a different animal totem. And so depending on which animal shows up for you, it's a different message, a different medicine. And why don't we just get started? So Joe, you are first in line today. All right, Joe. Fox jumped out of the deck. So I always called Fox kind of the ninja of the animal kingdom, because Fox medicine is largely observing without being seen. Fox, they can disappear like right in front of your eyes. They're there one moment and they're gone the next, but they haven't moved. They can just disappear. And they're masters of illusion, basically. They're masters of glamour. Hi, Esperanza. We got one spot left. I think it's yours. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So, Joe, it's like the way that Fox is so cunning and sly, and like I said, can make you think they're one place when they're someplace else, or make you think they're someplace else when they're right in front of you. They can lay false tracks. They can double back. They are a trickster, right? And that's part of the reason the fox hunt has been so popular for so long, because it really is a challenge to get them. And so they're able to, like in almost every culture around the world, fox is associated with what I call glamour, like in the movie The Craft, if you've ever seen. I think that's the one with like the teenage witches, and they're learning witchcraft, and They make themselves have longer hair. They change the color of their hair, but it's all glamour. It's all illusion. It's not truly. They don't actually make their hair longer. They just make it appear longer. And so in order to be able to utilize that magic, that illusion, how do I put this? You need to be familiar enough about it that, you know, like a trickster, you don't fall into, okay, so you named your cat after one of the characters in the movie, so you're familiar with it. A lot of people use that power to hide, right? It's like to hide, to like be invisible in class so you don't get called on, or that kind of thing. So they use it as a way to hide. But that is it kind of negates the very power that you have, in a way. The true fox, what I'm trying to say very poorly is you have become a master of illusion. You can what's that called in magic tricks where you misdirection. You have the power of misdirection. You have the power, what ultimately for me, what I love about fox magic is because you realize the universe is an illusion, because you realize how flexible reality really is. Then you can bend reality, you can project images, you can do things not in a way to harm other people. The trickster, Fox is a trickster. The trickster's job is not to imprison others. It's to free others, to help others realize that they have the key to their own cage, okay? And fox medicine is perfect for that, because with your ability to disappear at the right moment, you can kind of point, it's like, oh, what's that? And everybody looks, and then you disappear. And so everyone, whatever you're pointing out, whatever point you're making, whatever way you're directing their attention toward a greater truth, they have to take credit, because then you, cloak of invisibility, you disappear. And so there's no, mistaking the finger pointing at the moon for the moon itself, right? And it's like with everything that you've come through, with all the changes and the shifts that you've experienced, especially in recent times, it's like you're at a place, and I hope this doesn't freak you out, but you're at a place to become the teacher, okay? You have enough experience under your belt to be able to share your experiences, to share what you have discovered. And it's like, so looking back at your past with confidence, your experience, everything you've come through, all the obstacles you've overcome, all the great strides you have made in your growth, that gives you confidence to be able to speak of your experiences to others. And at the same time, realizing how far you still have to go, that's what keeps you humble, right? So it's not that you're better than anyone else. It's just that you have put in the time and the effort. You have done the work to get where you've come, to get where you are now. You have overcome so much stuff, right? And you're at the place where you can start sharing that, where you can, we go through those experiences not just for our own sake, but for the sake of those that we meet who are going through the same thing. Those experiences help to give us compassion. And to be able to say to someone, I've been where you are, I know exactly what you're feeling, and I came through that and I'm okay. Look at me. You're going to be fine. Okay? That is, I just got chills big time. So everything you've done is for your sake, right? It is for your personal growth, for your personal enlightenment, or whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, I think we've talked about this, how you have to fill your own pitcher first before you can start filling other people's cups, right? And at some point, as you continue to grow, as you continue to expand, your pitcher just starts to overflow, right? And so it's not even an effort to fill other people's cups. Other people gain the benefit of everything you've learned because it just radiates from you, right? And keeping that humility, you're able to, it's like, well, look over there. Oh, what's that? And they look and you disappear, so they have to take credit for what they get out of that experience rather than attaching to you and like, oh my God, you're so smart and you're all powerful and all of that stuff, right? It's time for you to start sharing. And it's a big step, and at the same time, it's not, because it's not that the universe is putting any more responsibility upon you. It's that you've already earned it, okay? It's like the natural order of things that you are ready to begin to share, just by your radiance, just by your words, just by your presence. People will feel differently. So it's like that. I think it was Picasso who said you need to learn all the rules of art so that you know how to break them, right? You've gone through all the rules. You've gone through all the experiences, all the trials, all the initiations. Well, not all of them, because there's still, there's always more to come. But you have enough under your belt to give you credence for what you say and what you do. You have stuck to the rules, and you have figured out which rules to stick to, which rules not to. And basically, Fox is a pirate, right? It's like they're not rules, they're only guidelines, right? That's where Fox medicine comes in. You know how to kind of sneak that cunning, crazy, like a fox, being able to think outside the box to help others see outside their boxes to find out, that they have the key to their own prison, okay? I hope that, I feel like I've been stumbling and fumbling around with that, but I hope that makes sense. I hope you understand that. But in other words, good job. All right, roulette. You are the next one. Just Guaruelo, Bode, nuestra caldera. Just Guaruelo, Bode, nuestra caldera. la guadarivera. Pasquaruelo bodemus doctodera. All right, roulette. Ha ha! All right, this is awesome. Roulette, you got Jaguar. Jaguar is about integrity. Not, it is about ethics, right? They talk about integrity is doing the right thing even when nobody's watching, right? But that's only a part of the puzzle. That still puts the right thing outside of you, like the rules, like the constructs, like, okay, well, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it because it's the right thing to do, kind of thing, right? But integrity, like the integrity of a ship, for instance, if the ship's hull loses integrity, the water's going to come in and the ship is going to sink, right? So integrity is more about wholeness. Integrity is more about being complete with there's no holes anywhere where things can kind of niggle their way in and do damage, right? Or just push you out of alignment, right? So integrity, this shows again how much you have grown. Jaguar doesn't make up the rule, or what was I going to say? Jaguar doesn't follow the rules because Jaguar's authority is her heart. You have no other authority but your heart, because your heart is what connects you to spirit, to creator, right? And so listening to your heart is listening to the divine. That is your ultimate authority, no matter what the rules or, what's expected or anything else. Jaguar she's a sovereign being. She is an apex predator, right? She is the queen of the jungle. But in the jungle, it's not a pyramid like in our society with the powerful at the top and the poor people at the bottom, whatever. It's the circle of life, right? And so she's at the top, but it's a circle. And so her well-being feeds the well-being of all the others on that circle. And so her heart tells her it's hard not to put it into duality terms, but what's right and what's wrong, right, is like what's appropriate and inappropriate, what is harmful and what is beneficial, because when she sees that herd of antelope, her heart, she just goes toward the sick or the elderly, right? Like the ones that slow down the herd. And so she gets fed when she feeds herself, when she takes care of herself, she's automatically taking care of the entire circle, because feeding on the weak, on the old, whatever, she actually strengthens the herd, makes the herd faster, makes the herd healthier, because she helps to weed out those things that would actually threaten the herd. So her priority is herself, because again, her heart is her authority, and her heart is what connects her to Creator. Her heart is what connects her to every living thing on that circle. So whatever is best for her is best for everyone automatically. Prioritizing herself doesn't make her better than any other creature, any other living being, right? Prioritizing herself actually validates her connection to all living things. Does that make sense? And so, again, like between you and Joe, you have made such great strides. This is about claiming your sovereignty, right? Doing what feels best for you, taking everyone else out of the equation and following your own heart. And also, as you know, just part of the path as you grow and expand and come into your own sovereignty, into your own power, you tend to become more sensitive, right? Every hair on a cat's body is a whisker. That's how connected they are to everything around them, to their environment, right? And so, how do I? And so, coming from that place of connection rather than separation, knowing that, you know, as we all do better, we all do better. As you do better, everyone around you does better. As you claim your sovereignty, you reinforce the sovereignty of all other beings. Where was I going with that? Oh, the sensitivity part. And so when you know that you're the queen, when you know that you're the queen, you demand a certain amount of respect, you know, and that's part of the integrity. You have self-respect and you demand respect from other people, right? You're not going to be the doormat. And because you're connected to everything, you know there's nothing that truly can threaten you. There's nothing truly to fear. And so it's like when you think about like the jaguar just walking, slinking through the trees or through the grass, it's like they're literally making love to their environment. That's how sensitive they are. It's like they're liquid, right? And so it's like being like water, being strong. It's the strength, it's the teeth and the claws that allow her to still be the roly-poly little kitten. It's the hardness and the softness together that make her what she is, the whole package, right? You might still have the duality, like you said, with the Gemini, but it's being able to step back from that a little bit and see it from a different perspective where you see the complete being rather than the two separate parts, right? So claim your crown. You are the most important person in your life. You are the queen of your life. You are the center of your reality. You are the center of the universe, just like everyone else. But claim your authority. Oh, that's right. I forgot you and Joe now are officially Lord and Lady, my Lord and my Lady. There you go. There are no coincidences, my lady. Yeah, I love that. I love those synchronicities. Is there anything else? I keep pausing because and it's that gentle strength. It's the fierceness that allows you to play because you you can be fierce and come at somebody all teeth and claws, or you can roll over on your back and purr like a kitten, right? You can play, you can romp, or you can attack, right? You're the entire spectrum. And that's kind of what that goes with the Gemini, right? Because Gemini, I was married to a Gemini for a while, and she talked about the twins. And the thing about a Gemini, I'm not an expert on astrology. I'll say that outright. But she used to say how there's twins, and then each of those twins are twins, and then each of those twins are twins, and so on, and so on, and so on. You're sorry I married a Gemini. Obviously, it did not work out. Yeah, and so you're not one of those individual twins. You're both. And it's kind of like, that's where that sense of sovereignty, that wholeness, it's accepting, integrating the fierceness and the playfulness, the hardness and the softness, the yin yang, right? That's wholeness. That is integrity. So awesome. Good job. All right, Deb. So you needed a little guidance before you go on vacation. Let's see who's going to go on vacation with you. Ha! All right, so Deb, you're welcome, Roulette. You got alligator and came up reversed, but that's not a big deal. Alligator is about integration. So the reason it's in reverse, I think, is because I think this vacation is going to be very, very helpful for you. It's going to give you that space to step back, to get new perspectives, whether that was the purpose of the vacation or not. It's kind of like going with the flow. It's like, like I said before, alligator, her eyes are on the side of her head, and she'll float at the surface with just her eyes above, right? And so she sees that 360-degree panoramic view and knows herself to be the center of her reality. Perfect! The first 2 days are a silent retreat. Awesome. So this is exactly, it's going to be that time to sit in the middle of the river, to sit in the middle of the pool, and just breathe and just observe and just look around, see the entire 360 degrees, see how this part of your life over here fits with that part of your life over there. It's like we tend to be scattered and fractured, but alligator helps us to put all those puzzle pieces together, and with that realization that we are the common denominator of everything in our world. We are the center of our world, right? That's awesome. And the other thing that I love to bring up about alligator is the whole mother aspect. Alligator, this cold-blooded reptile, is one of the best mothers in the animal kingdom. She not only, protects her nest, she actually nurtures the nest by turning the soil in the nest, turning the eggs so that they get equal amounts of heat from the sun and coolness from the earth. In fact, I think that's what determines which babies hatch as male and which ones as female. I think the more heat they get, that makes sense because the sun is masculine. I think it's that way. I think it's the more heat they get, that's the ones that turn out male, and the ones that don't get as much heat are female, which makes sense. Father Sky, Mother Earth. I never thought of that before. But so she nurtures, she's a hands-on mother. And then when the eggs hatch, she takes the babies into her mouth. She takes them down to the river and she teaches them how to swim. So a number of ways you can look at this. I mean, you can be reverse because you're in the nest, you're in the egg, you're getting ready to be reborn, right? Trusting Mother Goddess Universe to watch over you, to show you what you need to learn, right? And along with that, the fact that alligator has survived for so many millions and millions of years unchanged. She is so well adapted to her environment, her place on the earth, that she has remained unchanged. She is a survivor, and so she carries that unbroken chain of divine, feminine, earth, magic, and lore and wisdom. So I feel like it's like I feel this kind of burbling up, this kind of bubbling up of wisdom that this retreat, this vacation for you, it's going to be a game changer. You are not going to be the same person that comes home that went out on that retreat. You're going to have insights. You're going to get downloads. You're going to get, your intuition is just going to be off the charts. And you're going to find yourself connected even more deeply to that earth mother wisdom, and be able to trust yourself more. I don't want to say this is going to help you get out of your own way to allow more pure and clear messages to come forth, because you will be speaking. This is perfect. It's a vision quest you're going on, basically. The mother is going to speak to you. The mother is going to speak with you. The mother is going to speak through you. You're going to find yourself held. There's probably going to be tons of tears. It's going to be like a homecoming. It's like the mother is opening her arms ready to receive you. Oh my God, I just got super chills. Oh my God, that's so awesome. And you will come back more connected, more like we talk about in shamanism as the hollow bone, being the hollow bone for spirit to come through. You are going to have a deeper foundation. You're going to have a clearer vessel for that wisdom to come through. And it's going to take you to places that you never even knew existed. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it looks like, but that's what I'm feeling. I'm just huge. Wow. Good for you. I want a full report when you get home, okay? Can't wait to hear about it. Can't wait to meet the new you. That's awesome. Good job. Everyone's like so amazing tonight. It's like everyone is doing their work, is stepping forward. All right, Brian, you are next. I actually, stepping back to Deb again, I I might have mentioned this before, but I have an alligator spirit guide who showed up on, wasn't really a vision quest per se, but like a little retreat I took, cabin in the woods, doing pipe ceremony and stuff. And this alligator showed up, and his name is Anson? Yeah. It's the same name as that wildlife, that black and white photographer. My guide seemed to love alliteration. Anyway, so he came in to help me with ceremony and such. And he not only is an alligator, he's a white alligator, Ansel, right. Ansel Adams, that's it. That's the name of my, not the Adams part, but Ansel. It's Ansel the alligator. He's a glow-in-the-dark, white, fire-breathing alligator. Who says that shamanism isn't fun, right? He's awesome when he shows up. Anyway, I just wanted to share my own alligator story with you. All right, Brian. Okay, so Brian, your card is Lizard in reverse. Dream bigger. And then take that dream and dream even bigger. Okay? Lizard is the dreamer. Lizard is the one who sits in the sun all day long, basking in the heat, storing up all that energy, that light, that love from Father, Son, and what he does is he dreams, he daydreams, he manifests. So in reverse, Lizard is telling you you're dreaming too small. It's time to realize, and it's okay to start small, but it's like you are more powerful than you believe you are. Thoughts become things. And so it's time to, even for a moment or two a day, 5-10 minutes, once or twice a day, to really, I mean, this is like going back to like Romper Room or Sesame Street, or, becoming that kid and firing up your imagination. And just like when you go to the movies and you set aside that, that suspension of disbelief, pretend, make believe. Who do you want to be when you grow up? Who do you want to be in a year? Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing? What do you want your life to look like? There are no limits. Don't start, well, if that were to happen, then this would have to happen, and this person would have to do that for me to get over here, and blah, 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 blah. Forget any of those. There are no rules, okay? What you can imagine, you can create. What you dream, you can manifest. If you can dream it, you can manifest it. And especially in this season, right? Right now is the season of miracles. It's the season of magic. And it's the time of the year when we expect miracles. Miracles happen all the time. But it's kind of like this is the time of the year when more people give themselves permission to believe in magic, to pay attention to the synchronicities, to pay attention to miracles, things that just boom, out of the blue happen that you couldn't have expected, that, the missing piece of the puzzle or whatever. Just be like a kid and imagine who you want to be. And to bring in my one of my favorite analogies with the cosmic GPS system, right? When you imagine yourself, and when you do this, this is the difference between dreaming and just imagining, because when you dream, you're in your dreams, right? You're like a whole different person. This isn't just about imagining something. This is about putting yourself into those imaginings, feeling it. Feeling it is more important than just visualizing. Okay? And the more sensory awareness you can bring into it, like, imagine yourself a year from now. What issues do you have right now that you would like to have complete in a year, right? Then imagine yourself in a year. You don't have to figure out how those issues got resolved. You don't have to figure out how you solved the problems or whatever. Just put yourself in a moment a year from now and feel the relief of not having the weight of those issues any longer. And your mind will start going, well, but maybe I did this or maybe that happened, blah, blah, blah. Forget the how. Forget the logic on how to get there. Just purely imagine yourself there. That's putting the destination into the cosmic GPS. Then the universe's job is to guide you there, because the universe takes care of the how-tos and the logistics and what people you need to run into on the way for certain information, or what experiences you need in order to change and to become the person you're trying to become at that destination, right? And so you just keep imagining that. You keep dreaming it. Putting yourself there. Feeling the feelings of relief. Feeling the excitement of a wide open schedule, a wide open perspective, because you don't have that baggage any longer. Feel the feelings. And like see what the world, look at the brightness of the world when you feel that lightness. See that light, visualize yourself seeing that light reflected in the trees, in the birds, in the people you meet. Listen. Use as many of your senses as you can. Listen to the birds singing. Listen to that beautiful harmony, the song of nature, which is a part of who you are. Smell the clear air. Like, picture yourself on the beach and smell that salt air from the ocean as you connect again with Mother Ocean, right? Whatever it is, just put yourself in there. Feel the feelings. Feel the relief of not having those things anymore. And then, once you do that, then you can, rather than using that power to let go of things, right, to like, you just manifested the reality where those things are no longer an issue. So you released things. You use that power to release things, to drop things, to let go of things. Then the next step is, what do you want added to your life? What job, career, people, situations, money, love, whatever it is, then you can start using that. I mean, and you can do it simultaneously. I'm not saying you have to do one and then you do the next one, but as a beginning thing, like, and don't, maybe even like not even a year from now, put it out 6 months, put it out a month. If you have something big right now that's a challenge, picture yourself just on the other side of that challenge. Oh my God, I'm so glad that's over. Oh, I feel such a relief. I can feel the world just falling from my shoulders. I can breathe again. And by bringing that future into this moment, you make that future, you bring that future even closer. That's how you set that destination. And then everything from that point forward is the universe drawing you ever closer to that destination. Sometimes it might go backwards. Sometimes it might be kind of back and forth. But every step between this point where you set that intention and the realization of that intention is a step closer to that manifestation, okay? I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that's what you needed to hear. But you are in charge. You are the creator of your reality. You are the co-creator of your reality. You're welcome, Brian. I really hope that's helpful. You can do anything. You can create anything. And the universe has your back. The universe wants you to be fulfilled. The universe wants you to be joyful, wants you to be happy and playful. And so it's going to do everything in its power when you set those intentions. It's going to do everything to take you there. All right, Valerie. I almost started singing the song. All right. Good. I've only got a couple left. I'm starting to sweat under this Christmas sweatshirt. As much as I love it. All right, Valerie. Let's see. Valerie, you got the mouse in reverse. So basically, don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. Keep it simple. Just like I was just talking about with, oh hey, aloha Deja. With the GPS, you're not in charge of figuring out how all the pieces fit together or how to make it work. Get out of your own way. Keep your world simple and small. You don't have to worry about the cat in the next yard. You don't have to worry about what's going on the other side of the planet. You don't have to worry about what's coming down the pike. You don't have to worry about, what's coming up in a couple of weeks or in a month. Be here now. Be present. Be open. The present is your point of power. There's nothing you can do about the past. There's nothing you can do about the future. Be here now. Because in this present, when you keep things small, when you keep things simple, you're not zipping all over the place and running, 10 miles ahead to make sure the path is clear and figuring out how to remove all the roadblocks and how you're going to coordinate this and that and this and that. When you're here in this moment, you have an infinite number of moments around you, arrayed around you, waiting for you to decide which moment you're going to step into. And then you step into the next moment, and staying in that present moment, you have an infinite number of choices of which moment you're going to step into again. And that's it. It's like step by step. Because you're always in the right place at the right time. You can't be otherwise. You can't step off of your path. Everything in your path is there to help. I have to be careful when I say some stuff because I don't want it to be misconstrued. But like I said earlier, the universe is friendly, safe, and abundant. You can trust that if the universe does give you a challenge, the universe also provides the means through which to get through that challenge. And when we worry about the future, we're sending all our energy into the future, which makes us vulnerable right here, right now, because we're not present, right? And when we worry about what we did in the past and how it's going to affect us and blah, 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 again, we're sending our energy out of the present moment into the past, and we can't do anything to change the past. Technically, you can, because the past is just as unwritten as the future. Just like the unlimited number of moments arrayed around you to step into the future, there are also an infinite number of paths behind you. No matter what has happened in the past, doesn't have to have a bearing on where you head into your future. And new things come up all the time about the past. New things are learned. From a bigger stance, like in archaeology and stuff like that, and paleontology, they just discovered a new kind of human through genetics. By just studying DNA, they discovered a whole race of humans that they didn't know existed before. So that little inkling, that little piece of the puzzle put into the past changes everything in the present, changes everything we know. But a moment ago, before you knew that, your world was complete, right? And then you get this new little information and it changes everything. It changes your entire past, where you came from, your origins, who you are, all of that. And it's the same with your personal history. We have stories, right? And we have perspectives on those stories, but we don't ever really know the entire picture of what was going on in those stories. We have one little perspective of what happened, of who we were, of how we reacted, and how these other people reacted, and how the world changed because of a decision we made or whatever. None of that matters right here, right now. You are complete in this moment. You have never sinned. You have never done anything wrong. You are complete and whole in this moment. No matter what happened in the past, and no matter what happens in the future, in this moment, you are complete. You are in alignment with spirit. You are a light. You are divine light and love embodied. There's nothing you can do wrong. There is no challenge that you can't overcome. There is no fear that you can't stare down. Okay? Everything is okay. Everything is going to be okay. Because in every moment you are complete. There is nothing that can take away your divinity. There is nothing that can take away the sanctity of your own soul. Nothing. That's eternal. There is nothing that you can't handle. Okay? I love you. That's my fiance for those who don't know. Everything is fine. Everything is okay, and you are okay. You are safe. You are loved. You are watched over. All right. So Esperanza, my friend, yay, you're here. You're here and you get a card. I know a lot of times you come in a little bit late and don't get a card necessarily. So I'm glad you got here just in time to get the final place. Let's see who's going to come in to guide you. I think you've gotten this before. Scratching my nose itches. That's always a sign that spirit's here. Hear that from so many people, and then I was like, started paying attention. I was like, oh my God, it's true. So Esperanza, you got the bat reversed. So it's probably still quite a bit of turmoil. You really need a rest. You need a break. You need a vacation. You need at least 2 days to yourself without the interference of anybody else. There's a need to see to your own needs just as much, if not more than seeing to everyone else's needs. If I have a friend who, she's a great mom, she's a great wife, she's everything. She is so good at everything she does, and she puts everyone else first. And she even told me one time that she feels like if she's not exhausted by the end of the day, then she hasn't done her job. And I'm just like, oh my God, no. If you're running yourself into the ground, if you're running yourself exhausted, you're not truly helping anyone else either. You know, I mean, like with your kids, you're still helping them, you're still feeding them, you're clothing them and all that. But if you're using yourself up in the process, it's like running on empty. There's not, you're needing to replenish the well. Is that making sense? And when bat comes up, the thing I always find myself telling people, and I don't know where this came from, but when bat comes up, you're in the dark. Everything is unknown. Everything is uncertain. You're not sure what's up or down, whatever. So because you can't see what's going on, because you can't see in the dark, this is a time of honing your intuitive self, practicing the intuition, like the bat, literally using vibrations to quote unquote see in the dark. reaching out with your feelings, reaching out with your mind, reaching out with your heart, the vibes, the intuition you get. This time of darkness, that is part of the purpose, is to cut down on the other stimuli so that you have to reach out with your feelings. Use the force. And when Bat comes up, Bat is about rebirth. I don't think I said that right outright, but Bat is about rebirth. It's about returning basically to the womb, to the darkness and the safety of the womb of the Mother Earth. And so as you're being reborn, like everything you knew before, everything that was like a solid surface or a solid foundation for you to stand on is crumbling or isn't there or isn't trustworthy. You might put your weight down, but you're not sure if you're going to have to jump, right? So instead of grounding downward like we normally do, and this is what I always find myself telling people, ground upward. You're the bat on the ceiling of the cave. So rather than grounding downward to the earth, ground upward to spirit. Let go of whatever is happening in the physical. Let go of whatever is falling apart, whatever isn't fitting anymore. Let go of that and trust your guidance, trust that intuition to take you in the right direction, to take you where you need to go, to be this person that you're being birthed as. I had to think about the wording of that. Like I was talking to Valerie about, you are a sovereign being. You are indomitable, blah, 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 blah. Indomitable. You're invincible, okay? Indestructible. There is nothing that can destroy you, okay? You are divine light and love. And so it's this time of the darkness is there to help you find the inner light. That's like the whole purpose of this part of the wheel of the year. The dark half of the year is so we do more introspection, so we do go inward. As the light dims around us, we have to go into the dark to find that pilot light that is inextinguishable. That's one of the words I was looking for. Because your light is inextinguishable. I think that's a word. Know that you are more important. How do I put this? It's more important who you are than what you do. And so you have to make sure that your needs are being met. So that then you can see to the needs of others. It's that whole airplane analogy with the air mat, like put the air mask on yourself before helping your neighbor. Because if you try to help your neighbor first, you're not coming from a solid ground and you're going to pass out and then they're not going to get the help and you're not going to get the help. You're both going to be unconscious. It's like you need to make sure your coffers are full before handing out the coins and the money and the energy, whatever, to others. Okay, does that make sense? Trust that everything that's happening right now has a purpose. There are no accidents. And so even the small things have a purpose. And so this time, you're in the womb. It's scary because it's dark because we don't know what's going to happen, right? But rather than filling that darkness with fear and worst case scenarios, like we've been taught, start to, like what I was talking about earlier with Lizard, start to dream. The darkness is to dream in. The darkness is to rest. You need to rest, my friend. You need, even if you can get, I want to say at least an hour a day or more to yourself, just to be, just to read or listen to music or whatever, but just to be by yourself so that you can nurture that divine child that you're rebirthing, that you are. Does that make sense? Trust the darkness of the womb. Just like when you were in your mother's womb, you were the safest you ever will be in your lifetime, right? Right now, it's dark, it's scary, you don't know what's going on, but the universe is holding you in its womb. You are safer now than at any other time. The universe is holding you. You are being held, you are being protected, you are being loved more than you even realize. So try to trust that. Trust that there is a higher purpose to what's happening. Trust that on the other side of all the changes and the turmoil, that there is a version of you who handled all this stuff that's in front of you right now, at some point is going to be behind you. It's like everybody's readings tonight are like interweaving and stuff, but dream yourself who you want to be. Know that that woman is available to you now. All the strength and the wisdom you will gain on the other side of all the crap. You can draw on the wisdom of that woman who you will become in order to help draw you through the darkness. There's a plan. There is a purpose. This wouldn't be happening if there, like I said earlier with Valerie, I think, the universe doesn't give you challenges without giving you the resources to get through those challenges. You know, it's like that movie, Evan Almighty with Steve Carell, when Morgan Freeman, who's God in the movie, is talking to that woman, and the woman's like, I keep praying to God for courage. And Morgan Freeman, as God, says, when you pray to God for courage, He doesn't give you courage. He gives you the opportunity to be courageous. So, and I know this is cliched, and I hope this doesn't, I don't mean to downplay anything that's happening to your, oh, poor baby, or you know, you got this, you know, coming from an, but instead of seeing everything stacked against you, if you can just this little tweak of a thought way, tweak of a belief that everything is happening for my betterment, and try to see things as opportunities rather than as the cards stacked against you. And I'm not saying that in any form to say just suck it up, right? Or grow up or anything like that. But it's like I said, the universe is safe, friendly, and abundant. And when you come into alignment with that belief, with that reality, the universe will demonstrate that to you so that any challenges, any changes in front of you are there as a stepping stone to a greater version of you, okay? I hope that makes sense. I hope that is helpful. You're always welcome to come talk to me if you need any deeper guidance than that, or any help. Let me know, okay? All right, that was our last individual card, so let me pull one for everybody, all comers. Everyone gets a prize. And then I'm going to get out of this sweater because I'm sweating like crazy. Okay. One more. All right. Ha-ha! All right, so the card for everyone is Salmon. In reverse. But know that when Salmon comes up, it's not a matter of if you're going to get there, but when. When Salmon comes up, you are guaranteed, it's a sign that you are guaranteed to get home. Return to your origins. Return to that innocence, purity, higher self, divinity, whatever you want to call it. But that you are destined. It is unquestionable. It is incontestable. Uncontestable? Inconceivable. It is beyond a shadow of a doubt. You will get home. So when you know you're going to get there, when you can put that destination into the cosmic GPS, when you set that intention, when you can actually dream yourself into the future you want to be in, then it's like once you open that channel to that self, how do I put it? Salmon has so much enthusiasm that they can swim against the current, right? It's their enthusiasm, it's their passion. It's that knowing they're going to get home that helps them to go against the current, to jump the falls, right? Don't let the world, don't let others steal your enthusiasm. This is the season of dreams. This is the season of miracles. Find the little kid within you and dream, imagine, make believe. Find that passion that you had as a kid. And that passion alone will help you jump the hurdles. And when you know that you're guaranteed to get there, then every turn of the river, rather than being something to dread, like, oh my God, what's around that corner, it becomes a game. It becomes an adventure, because you know whatever happens in front of you, you're gonna get through it. Guaranteed. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be fun and enjoyable and a laugh riot, but you do know for certain, for sure, that you are going to come through any obstacles, any challenges, right? And the thing is, Salmon's entire journey is not made up solely of fighting the current. There are undercurrents to every river that go the opposite direction. There's little ebbs, there's little whirlpools. Those are the paths that the salmon see. So trust your vision. Trust your path over anything anyone else says. No one else has a say in where you go. Everyone else might think you're crazy. Everyone else may think you're going backwards, but that's okay because you see the path. You see those little currents. You see the whirlpools. In fact, every waterfall has whirlpools at the base of them, right? And it's hitting those whirlpools that allows them to slingshot up and over the falls. They're not just jumping from sheer will and physical prowess. They're hitting the whirlpools, and those are slingshotting them up over the falls. So in other words, seeing those currents that go in reverse and seeing the whirlpools and stuff, those are the spots where Spirit carries you. You don't have to get there by yourself. Spirit is guiding you. Spirit is showing you the path of least resistance. And that passion and enthusiasm, what I like to call expectant curiosity. What's around that corner? Oh my God, I can't wait to see how I come through that. That curiosity, that wonder of a child. Right now is the best time of the year to let that child out, to play. In some, I think, like Norwegian, Scandinavian areas, the root word for salmon is the same root word as somersault. They might be the same word, I don't remember exactly, because people would see these fish with so much enthusiasm that they were jumping up waterfalls, and they would see their kids tumbling through the grass, and they equated those two energies, that enthusiasm, that playfulness. There's a fish that is so happy, that is so gung-ho, has so much oomph, that they can jump up the waterfalls. Find that passion. Right now is the time. It's the perfect time to find that passion, to find that magic within you, to believe in miracles again. You deserve that. You deserve. Miracles are all around us. That's the natural process of nature. When nature is unimpeded, miracles are the natural outcome. It's like the currents going in reverse and the whirlpools. Those are like the synchronicities. It's like you're aiming for those synchronicities. You're allowing those synchronicities to carry you and direct you to the next one, right? When you start living your life in the flow and the synchronicities start, you use those as your compass, as the things that propel you forward to the next one, right? So trust the flow, trust your vision, trust your feelings as you move forward, and go toward the passion. Follow your bliss, right? That little kid within you, that little child who believed in magic, who saw magic everywhere, who saw the reindeer fly, that little child who had those things educated out of them, who had the magic replaced with logic, all of that didn't get the love they needed. They were squelched rather than encouraged, right? Right now is the time to reach back to that child and to nurture that magic, to say, yes, reindeer do fly. Santa Claus is real. And I know reindeer fly because my main power animal is a reindeer. His name's Nathaniel, and the first thing he ever did when we met, he was the first power animal I ever met on a shamanic journey. And he told me to get on his back, so I got on his back, and we took off. And his first words to me were, "You don't need wings to fly. Let yourself fly beyond expectations, beyond what's acceptable, beyond other people's beliefs. Blow people's minds. That's our job. That's actually what we're here for. If you don't fit into society, you are meant to change it. You are meant to blow their minds. You are meant to do things differently. You're meant to go against the current, to show people, to help other people wake up to wait, where are they going? I didn't know that was an option, right? Blow people's minds. Believe in the magic. It's there. You'll see it when you believe it, like Wayne Dyer says. Enjoy yourself. Follow your bliss. Give yourself permission to play. Please, we need you to. The world depends on no pressure. So I was just talking about taking the world off your shoulders. All of a sudden, the world's depending on you. The more of us that learn to play, the more of us that learn how energy, how reality, how the universe actually works, the better off everybody is. It's that thing where the tide raises all ships, right? As you expand your reality, your awareness, you just push that, you just like held that bridge up a little bit further so someone else can walk under without having to stoop or crawl. That's an interesting analogy. But as you expand, you create space for others to also expand into. You give others permission to try something new, to awaken to their own hearts. All right. All right, we've been here for an hour and a half. Thank you so much for persevering with me, for sticking with me. It was a long one tonight, but I appreciate it. And I am so grateful for your participation. It's like doing these readings, I can feel your energy. It's like, even if we're not in the same physical space, I can still feel your energy, and I can still feel the receiving, the giving and receiving, and all of that. And you make my Monday nights worthwhile. So thank you for that. Little bit of shameless self-promotion. I am always available for readings. If you want a full reading, full spread, or shamanic healing, soul retrieval, shamanic Reiki, or classes. I've got a number of classes that are going to be coming up. In fact, I've got a class next week, Tuesday, December 13th, from 6 to 9. I will be teaching an introduction to shamanic journey. So it's a 3-hour class. It's $150. So if you've ever been curious about the shamanic path, if you've ever been called to do shamanic things, even if you don't know what that means, come to my class. And we, like, the first couple of hours is, well, first hour and a half or so is the talking about the history of shamanism, what it is, what a shaman is, what a shaman does, the cosmology of shamanism. And then the second half is actually learning how to go on a shamanic journey, and you will go to you will go to the spirit realm and meet your personal power animal, spirit guide. So you will come from that class with all the tools you need in order to walk a shamanic path. Not necessarily become a shaman, and you'll learn the difference in the class. But anyone can walk a shamanic path. Anyone can live shamanically. It's endemic, intrinsic. It's part of who we are as humans. Anyway, so if that sounds good to you, check out you can visit my website at perchingwolfstudios.net. You can get the information about that class. I've also got the information for that class. I've got the event stuff on my Perching Wolf Studios Facebook page. And then on my website, you can also see the readings I offer, all the different shamanic services I offer, the graphic novels. I'm a cartoonist. I have a number of comics, graphic novels, coloring books available right now when you're looking for gifts and such. You can check that out as well. What else? Oh, and like I said earlier, please share this video. And also, this is my day job, and I love my job. And I'm also very grateful for any donations that you feel you want to give for these readings. I know I don't charge these videos are free, but if you feel so moved, I gratefully accept anything, any donations. Support your local shaman, right? So thank you so very much. Am I forgetting anything? So a week from tomorrow is the Introduction to Shamanic Journey class. Wednesday night, every Wednesday night, I do a sacred pipe ceremony. If that interests you, that'll be at 7 o'clock Pacific time on my Perching Wolf Studios Facebook page. And I will share this video to my Facebook page, and then I will also upload it to my Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel. So you can check that out. Please subscribe, like my videos, and all of that. So I have kept you long enough. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me. Thank you for watching. And until I see you next time, know that I love you, that I see you, that I honor you. It's a wonderful life. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Go shining. Bye.